How to Survive a Nuclear War Essential Guide. Surviving a nuclear war is an incredibly challenging scenario, but with the right preparation and knowledge, your chances of survival can improve. This isn't the wilderness, this is the unknown, and we need to be ready. We're talking about the very air we breathe, the ground we walk on, turned against us. Here's a general guide on how to increase your chances of surviving a nuclear attack. Remember, every second counts, and your will to survive is your greatest asset. We're going to face this threat head-on and equip you with the knowledge to survive. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more essential survival tips. Out here in the wild, I rely on my survival kit. In a nuclear event, that kit becomes even more critical. Non-perishable food, enough for 2 weeks. Water, 1 gallon per person per day. This isn't a picnic, it's survival. A first aid kit is your lifeline. Don't forget a flashlight and batteries. Pack a hand crank radio. Medications are crucial. And remember sanitation. Pack it well, pack it smart, and pack it like your life depends on it. In the wild, I seek shelter from the elements. In a nuclear event, you seek shelter from an invisible enemy, radiation. The best bet is underground. Basements are ideal, fallout shelters even better. Think thick walls, concrete, lead, materials that can block radiation. Remember, we're talking about surviving a blast that can vaporize metal, so don't underestimate its power. If you're caught in a building, head for the center, away from windows. The inner rooms, like a bathroom or utility room, offer a layer of protection, especially if they don't have windows. Remember, every bit of distance, every layer of material increases your odds of survival. Underground parking garages can also provide some protection, but remember, the key is to put as much distance and as many barriers between you and the fallout as possible. This isn't about comfort. It's about calculating your chances and making the smartest move. Your shelter is your sanctuary, your fortress against the invisible threat. Choose it wisely, fortify it if you can, and most importantly, get there fast when the time comes. The moment you realize a nuclear attack is happening, your survival instincts need to kick in. Every second counts. If you're outside, there's no time to find the perfect shelter. The initial blast wave travels faster than the speed of sound. You'll see a flash, and then the shock wave will hit. If you're caught in the open, drop to the ground, face down, cover your head with your arms and hands. This is the duck and cover technique. We're not just dealing with the blast, but also with the debris it hurls. Once the initial shock wave has passed, find more substantial shelter and fast. Get indoors, seal yourself in, and wait it out. This initial hour, the actions you take will determine your fate. Chapter 4. The Fallout Zone. Stay inside, stay alive. The aftermath of a nuclear blast is a dangerous game. The air itself becomes the enemy, laced with radioactive particles. The rule here is simple: stay inside. Your shelter, however imperfect, is your only protection against the invisible killer, radiation. For the first 48 hours, consider your shelter your new home. Seal all windows and doors. Stuff cracks with cloth, plastic sheeting, anything to create a barrier. Turn off ventilation systems. You don't want to draw in contaminated air. This period is critical. Radiation levels are at their peak and exposure can be lethal. The longer you can stay sheltered, the safer you'll be. Remember, radiation decays over time. The first 24 hours are the most dangerous, with levels dropping significantly after that. If you absolutely must go outside, keep it brief. Wear a mask, long sleeves, gloves, anything to minimize skin exposure. And when you come back in, decontaminate immediately. Shower thoroughly, scrubbing your skin gently. Remove and bag all outer clothing, sealing it away from your living area. Chapter 5. Radiation. Understanding the invisible enemy. In the wilderness, I can see the dangers I face, but radiation is a silent, invisible enemy. It's crucial to understand how it works, how to measure it, and how to minimize exposure. A Geiger counter or radiation detector can be a lifesaver. It measures the amount of radiation in the environment, giving you a sense of the danger levels. Keep one in your emergency kit and learn how to use it. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when facing the unknown. Keep your hand crank radio close. Emergency broadcasts will provide updates on radiation levels and guidance on when it's safe to leave shelter. Don't rely on guesswork. Trust the experts, follow their instructions, and stay informed. Remember, radiation decays over time. The majority of the decay happens within the first 24 hours, with levels dropping significantly. After 2 weeks, the threat level will have reduced considerably, but even then, caution is key. Chapter 6. The Long Game. Adapting for long-term survival. Surviving the initial blast and the immediate fallout is just the beginning. We need to think long-term, adapt to a world forever changed. Food and water will be scarce. Your emergency supplies will only last so long. Learning to grow your own food will be crucial. Stockpile seeds, hardy varieties that can withstand harsh conditions. Learn basic farming techniques. Remember, the wilderness teaches us that even in the most desolate environments, life finds a way. First aid skills will be more valuable than ever. Treat cuts, burns, and infections. Learn how to recognize and manage radiation sickness, nausea, vomiting, fatigue. These skills, once considered basic, will be essential for survival. Maintaining a sense of community will be vital. Help your neighbors, share resources, and work together. In the face of adversity, human connection is our greatest strength. Remember, we're not just fighting for our own survival, but for the future of humanity. Chapter 7. Mental Fortitude. Your mind is your greatest weapon. We've talked about physical survival, but mental preparedness is just as vital. A nuclear event is traumatic. Panic and fear are natural reactions, but we can't let them control us. Remember, your mind is your greatest weapon in this fight. Practice mindfulness, deep breathing exercises. Find ways to manage stress and anxiety. A clear head will help you make rational decisions in a crisis. Maintain a sense of hope. Believe in your ability to survive. Focus on the things you can control, your actions, your attitude, your resilience. Remember, even in the darkest of times, the human spirit has an incredible capacity for strength and recovery. Draw on your inner strength, find solace in your loved ones, and never give up hope. Chapter 8. Evacuation. Knowing when and how to move. The decision to leave your shelter should not be taken lightly. Only evacuate when you're certain it's safe and you have a plan. Monitor emergency broadcasts for official clearance. Don't rush out at the first sign of quiet. It could be a lull before another wave of fallout. When you do leave, be strategic. Avoid fallout zones, areas with high radiation levels. Steer clear of major cities. They'll likely be in chaos. Stick to rural routes, less populated areas. Remember, the wilderness is often more predictable than the chaos of man. Travel light, carrying only essential supplies, water, food, a map, a compass. These are your new survival essentials. Be prepared to walk long distances. Fuel will be scarce, roads might be impassable. Your 2 feet are your most reliable mode of transport. Trust your instincts. If a situation feels unsafe, it probably is. Be adaptable, resourceful, and always aware of your surroundings. And remember, the journey to safety is a marathon, not a sprint. The will to survive. To survive a nuclear war, you must take immediate action, find shelter, avoid exposure to radiation, and remain indoors for an extended period. Preparedness, staying informed, and following official guidance are critical. For detailed guidance on nuclear preparedness, you can consult resources like the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, or the International Red Cross. Remember, surviving a nuclear event is not about luck. It's about preparation, quick thinking, and unwavering resilience. It's about facing the unknown with courage and adapting to a changed world. It's about never giving up hope, even in the darkest of times. The human spirit is capable of incredible things. By preparing for the worst, we equip ourselves with the knowledge and the strength to face any challenge. Stay safe, stay strong, and never give up the will to survive.